Oh, yes, of course, Hải Anh here. Othello. Now, let's talk about Shakespeare. Let's talk about Othello. Okay, not everybody here might be familiar with Shakespeare, but Hải Anh has kind of gone an extra mile trying to to communicate with everyone about Shakespeare. And the book that the book excerpt that she's going to read to us is from Othello. Now, Hải Anh, perhaps you can give us a little bit more of a background of the excerpt that you're going to read to us. Like, so for example, some of the characters there in the excerpt, and what has led to the context of the excerpt here. What has happened before it? Something like that.
Yes, so the part I'm going to do is when Brabantio pushed Othello and Desdemona to meet the Duke of Venice. So it's because Othello has secretly married Desdemona, a noble woman from Venice, which Iago, the soldier that was not promoted by him, tell her fathers, and then her fathers refuse this marriage and then send them to the Duke of Venice. So I'm gonna read it now. The Duke of Venice was in his place discussing war plans when the door burst open. In come Brabantio, pushing Othello and Desdemona before him. This thief has stolen my daughter and married her behind my back, howled Brabantio. He must have used magic, or she would never have married a Moor. His voice dripped hatred. Othello, is this true? Asked the Duke. I have married Desdemona, answered Othello proudly, but there was no magic except for love. I have told her the life story of my life, of my escape from slavery, the battles I fought, the strange sight I have seen, and she sighed to hear it. And the word I am going to read now is Shakespeare's original word. She loved me for the dangers I have passed, and I love her that she did pity them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. It was quite a detailed one. I just wanted to include a little bit more information about the excerpt that Hải Anh sent us here. So in this excerpt, there are three main characters. Iago. All right. Well,
I read the wrong part now.
Oh, that's okay. Did you send the wrong one or did you read the wrong one? Which one would you like to?
I read the wrong one. I don't know. I don't know that I have to read the one that I have sent on Zalo. So
okay, so would you like to not read it? Not read the excerpt that you sent us, or what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna read the excerpt now. So
okay, hang on. Okay, I think I'm gonna share the screen of the excerpt here with everyone follow, because Shakespeare is not easy to follow. And we have Iago, we have Desdemona here, and we have Othello. Of course, Othello is married to Desdemona, and Iago is trying actually to tell Othello about something bad that Desdemona, his wife, might have done. Okay, so that's the context of it. So now everyone, please welcome Hải Anh for the reading out loud.
Okay, so the backstory of this here is that Iago has planned to have a revenge on Othello by making him think that his wife is cheating on him with Cassio. So, I'm here. Iago cleared his throat. Does Cassio know Desdemona well? He began. Yes. He carried a message between us before we were married, replied Othello. Indeed, exclaimed Iago. What of it? Said Othello, frowning. Iago shook his head doubtfully. I would better not say. I might be wrong, and I don't want to make you jealous of your wife. These are the original words. Beware, my lord of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster. My wife is virtuous, warned Othello. I won't doubt her without proof. I have proof, said Iago, but she deceived her father, so she may deceive you. Take my advice. See what happened. Wait a minute. See what happens with Cassio. If she fleds too strongly, she gave Othello a sly look, then strode off. Othello clutched his head. I won't believe it. What's the matter? Asked Desdemona, coming in.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hải Anh. What do you think about your reading? What do you think about your reading? Sorry.
Well, about my reading ability, all my friends in my class told that I was good. I have a pretty American accent, but I don't really so because when I read, I sometimes read so fast that I may I broke some part of that I secured. Like I supposed to be he gave Othello, but I read into she gave Othello.
Okay, right. Thank you for your comments. And yeah, I mean, other people can say a lot of things about your reading, which is fine. I mean, everybody has a comment, has their own opinion. I wanted to ask you about how you think about your reading. Now, first of all, I have to say that it was really a well done job. Okay. I think that you must have read quite a bit, you know, because I can see that you have that kind of experience of reading out loud. However, as you said there, first of all, it was a little bit too fast. You seem to be like, you know, competing with time. Like, oh my God, I have to read it so quickly so that I can show that I am a capable reader. No, on the contrary, you don't have to read fast, okay? Make sure that you have a pause from time to time. Make sure that everybody understands you, because reading aloud is all about making sure that your audience understands you, understands the story. Yeah. Okay, so that is one thing. Just slow down a little bit. Not like, you know, slowing down completely, but making sure you have a bit of a pause from time to time. For example, Iago cleared his throat. Does Cassio know Desdemona well? He began. Okay, so slowing down a little bit with changing your voice, your tone a little bit, that will help a great deal for your audience to understand. All right. Also, before I know that you might not have prepared for this excerpt, okay? That's fine. But make sure that together with your fastness and your probably your fluency, make sure that you pronounce words correctly as well, okay? There are a few words here that probably your audience might not catch if they don't really have the script here. For example, you say virtuous, but it's virtuous. This word here, where is it? My wife is virtuous, yeah? All right. Or the word here, if she pleads too strongly, but you didn't really pronounce that clearly enough, the word pleads. So if you can do these two things together, like in parallel, that would be wonderful. You would be a much clearer reader, okay? Now, and you don't have to worry about what kind of accent you have. I don't care about accent. Why? Because the first thing that you need to do is to make sure you have a clear pronunciation. Everybody understands you, okay? Before you go into like, you know, kind of, you know, shining with a sort of accent. I think it's really hard to actually to have kind of a hardcore accent, because we all non-native speakers. Don't worry too much about it. Okay, so thank you so much, Hải Anh. Well done, well done.